But when's the last time you had an elephant in the room?
I don't know when was the last time you were over, fat f***. No, I'm just kidding. We don't body shame. And Jacob has a beautiful body.
Wow, thanks.
If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Anyways, welcome back everyone to the Lazy Thinker Show. I'm your host, Jacob Wheeler.
And I'm Tristan. Sorry. Finish it, joined you as always. Fuck.
No, we're done with the intro now. We're moving on to the next bit. You completed it for me.
It's still not time for the beanie, but I had saw it in my closet the other day, and so I pulled it out, and I was like, I'm gonna bring the beanie back for now because
it looks good. This is like throwback vibes.
I know this is my whole shit. It looks weird with the headphones, and then I always have it fucking 10 feet in the air because I'm weird. I try to do it all the way down, but that would look nice, but the beanie doesn't fit like that. So I guess I could try to find another beanie, but like this one's just so, it kind of looks green in this lighting. Well,
it does. I was going to say that. Like, is it like a shade of green?
I think it's just dirty. I think it's just, I've had it for so long because it's a black beanie. Trust me. It's the same one I've wore in countless episodes prior.
I can kind of hear myself.
Oh, should I turn you down? Can you hear yourself now? So I know we've had audio issues, so you're a little.
I'm on edge about it. Like I have to double check to make sure my mic is actually plugged in. Because a little bit of an explanation. We talked about this a little bit before we started recording, but it seems like we just gave up on making content and just have not wanted to do it. Just got lazy. In reality, that's not the case at all. We had that failed TGOLB episode, which I was really, really fucking excited about, and every bit of that was perfect, except for the audio. I know you weren't necessarily impressed with your performance that episode. I liked it. I thought you did really well, but then we took, was it a 2-week break? So that ended up making it 3 weeks without a Lazy Thinker show. And then we recorded one last week. It was supposed to be posted this past Friday. But again, my mic was not recording, and I'm just tired of these audio issues. I really, really fucking am, because we're out here trying to do it. But shit happens.
Did you not post anything? Like for Friday? Did you just not even a personal video? Just nothing?
No, I didn't. I was like, I was honestly like really upset. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not making it. We're not putting any content out this week because I was just like, I don't know. When you spend like an hour of your time doing something and then you find out immediately after that it was a complete waste, and like it was nice hanging out with you, like we talked for an hour, so that's always a plus, but like not being able to put it out is really fucking annoying, especially after we just had this failed TGOLB episode. So I don't know, this one better come out, otherwise I will never do anything on the internet ever again. So this is the final straw for me. I saw you guys are back.
Yeah. I've been terrible so I took the break from both podcasts. The breaks were mostly me. I just needed a second because, I don't know if y'all noticed, but like 2 podcasts is a lot for one person. All right. I got a lot going on. It just hit again. I was just like, all right, let me post the fucking episode. One episode, we recorded an episode because that episode was from like 3 weeks ago.
The one you just put out?
Yeah. And then we took a break, and then we recorded one, and that I listened to that one, and it was. I've never like cringed so much at my jokes. Like we sounded like the most unfunny people on the planet, but we were cracking ourselves up. We would say just the dumbest, corniest jokes and just think we're so funny. And I was just like, I'm not putting this out. People will think that I'm just not funny. But it was nice. It was nice to post again. It felt good. I was just all like, hell yeah. Now, I was excited to do this one again and all that fun jazz. What was I going to start? There was something I was going to say. Oh yeah, there's a possible little Lazy Thinker TGOLB collab again next week, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. It's not for sure, but that'll be fun. That'll be fun to have you back on the pod. We still need to have Josh on here.
Oh, we need to. Like as soon as he wants to, we can make that happen. Like next week if we wanted to, or the week after. But yeah. That podcast that us 3 recorded together was probably the most fun I've ever had recording an episode, period. So I had a lot of fun with it. I really want to do it again. I know that I was technically your last guest, so it like feels weird for me to be a guest immediately, back again. But
well, actually, our last guest was Josh's mom, so technically you're good again. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, by the way, you know, I'm like 15, 20 minutes into the episode as of recording this right now. You were scared to be like Jacob?
Oh, because of the Red Bull stuff.
Yeah.
What did he call you? Didn't
Yeah.
he call you something? Sorry, it's been like weeks since I've listened to that episode.
I was called a racist again, and then also said I have a bum ticker. Bum ticker. That's what it is.
Ticker,
Yeah.
the bum
Yeah.
ticker.
It's ticking.
Yeah.
It works. It's ticking.
Was that really that episode? Damn, it really has been a while since I've posted. Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious. I was terrified. That's what it genuinely went through my head whenever I was having the panic attack when I OD'd on the caffeine. I was like, I'm pulling a Jacob right now.
Fucked up, but we'll move past that. You had 1 cup of coffee, and then you had a C4, and then that was it. That was what put you over the edge.
Yeah, so I had a cup of regular coffee in the morning, and 2, maybe 3 hours later, my coworker Dre was like, "Hey, you got to try this C4 stuff. Like, it's pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll have a few drinks before I go up into the attic." It was pretty tasty, and I was just me with energy drinks. It's just like it's weird. It's like if I can't just have a few sips and then call it a day. I'm all like, okay, now let me just finish it. And so I drank it all like only a few hours after I just had coffee, and so it was just so much caffeine, and it fucked me up for a few days. It was terrible.
I'm curious, how much caffeine is in a C4? I'm gonna look this up. And then like a regular cup of coffee at home is like 50 to 70 milligrams. So you had, it wasn't even that much, honestly, because you had because the daily dosage for oh wait, they have 300 milligrams of caffeine in 1 can. That's crazy. That's wild. But still, the human intake for caffeine, trust me, you know, I understand. I get it.
I'm a caffeine
400
guy.
milligrams. Yeah, yeah. I like to push the limit as far as I possibly can without going into cardiac arrest. That is my prime spot right there. I've been a lot better with it, but yeah, the energy drinks, I don't drink those at all because there is that like all that stuff they put in it that's with the caffeine. It makes it insane. It's like you're tripping. It's like it's pretty wild, especially if you don't drink energy drinks very often. It can get pretty scary. It's like, when do those feelings go away? Were you just like that all day at work, or?
Yeah. I was like that all day at work, all night, and then the next day it wasn't as bad, but the next few days I was just experiencing like just faint anxiety a little more than usual. The whole time I was just like, I feel off, and it was just it was terrible. But it eventually I just took a break, didn't drink any caffeine or anything for a few days, and got back to normal. And now I go back to my little 1 Red Bull a day, and I'm thriving.
Now you know your limit. You know your limit. Yeah, hearing about anxiety is such a bitch. I heard you and Josh talk about it a little bit. Like I said, I'm only like 20 minutes in, but I didn't know Josh believed in anxiety. I thought he seems like one he seems like one of those
seem
guys.
like the type that doesn't be like, bro, it's just about the mindset. You just
just think through it. Just think it away.
Depression isn't real. It's you, bro. You just got to get through it.
I see a heart in there.
Yeah, look at him. He's got a little common sense.
Yeah, I do love that guy. Every time I interact with him, I love him more and more, and I'm excited to hang out with him more. He's a sweetheart. Oh.
I see Josh all the time, and all he does is make me angry. No, I'm just kidding.
Josh, if the podcast doesn't work out with Tristan as our co-host, we could always link up together and make something happen. Anyways, just reach out to me. We can make it work.
I don't know if he wants, because everyone else is so private and I'm just so not. So it's hard for me to tell what information not to say. But I'm just going to say it because, I mean, boo-hoo. But me and Josh are officially co-workers.
Oh, yeah.
This one day, it was like yesterday was his first day. And today was the second
day.
So
you guys have already worked a shift together.
We worked 2 shifts total together.
How'd it go?
It went great. He did good. So we have these guns to seal little HVAC boots and stuff for air conditioning. I asked him to grab me one to seal up. He brings it upstairs and he just goes, "Oh, how does it work?" And then he squeezes the trigger and just launches this bright orange sealant on this customer's wall. And we were like, no. It was so funny. I mean, it happens. I mean, if you don't fucking know the shit, then how was he supposed to know that it was going to fucking squirt 6 feet away from you?
You got to learn somehow. But was the customer pissed?
No, not really. I mean, it was an easy fit. We just had some painters come out and repaint over it.
Okay.
But Yeah, I mean, it was a couple, but it was just so funny because I'm just like, Josh, what the fuck? I'm like, please, Josh, you can't. I mean, I guess it's better than like falling through the attic because that would have been funny on the first day. But no, he's doing
That'd be
great. I
tough.
mean, he's a hard worker and he does his shit. I mean, he's Josh. You know how he likes to fart on the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
He loves farting in the small cab of a truck that we are in and that we have to share. Every 2 seconds, he lets one rip and we have to roll down the windows. It was raining today, and I had to roll down the windows multiple times.
Seems like he has to get his immune system checked out.
Yeah, but it's super sick. Me and Josh, so now me and Josh do a podcast. We're like technically family, and we work together. That's too much Josh.
But that's cool. Let me know how it goes. How he does. That'd be great. Or we could talk about it on the next episode of TGOLB or whatever episode it is. Okay, so I got a call from you 4 days ago, I think, or something like that, kind of out of the blue. You don't call me very often, so I was a little confused. So I was like, oh, someone must be dying because Tristan doesn't just call me to say what's up. So I answer the phone, and you're getting yelled at by Patrick and Cassie about some comments that were made on episode number 15 about your view of friendships. And I just want to give you the floor here to kind of talk about if you want to make any corrections to any statements that you made or just further clarify certain things that you said. Seems like some people took it the wrong way. So, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, so the thing with Patrick and Cassie is I just like they're so clingy and I feel like they like me way too much and I just don't really fuck with them. I just think that they're just lame. They're just losers. No. No, okay, so the thing that I mean it could just be something that's the only thing that Cassie could remember, but there's a part where she kept referencing where it was like it's that line that you skate and then it's hey, you trying to hang out today? Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Good morning. It's like, okay,
good
chill.
Morning. Do you have friends that just text you good morning?
No, I'm just saying, like, I was just going to the extreme, but it's just like, then you have the people that are like, maybe, this is going to sound so horrible, but maybe they like you a little more than you like them.
Oof.
And it's all like, it's just like, all right, I'm still a grown up. Like, I don't want to constantly, I don't have the time to constantly be doing stuff. But it was just like, it was a hypothetical situation where I was just all like, I don't want someone that's like constantly wanting to fucking hang out and do stuff and go out and just constantly do every single thing together. And I don't like whenever I'm just all like, I feel like this person likes me more than I like them. And they're like because I'm not going to put that much effort into anybody. I'm not going to fucking constantly want to hang out or I like hanging out a frequent amount of times. That's all I was saying. It wasn't anything negative. I love all my friends. They're all great. No, I don't see anybody too much. I don't hear from anybody too much. Everyone's fantastic. I love everybody. I don't think anyone likes me more than I like them.
Sound like a politician right now.
I just worded it weird, but I got nothing against any of my people. Everyone's the correct amount of distance. Or some people are a little too far.
That's the better phrasing there because you're still making not anyone is too close to me. Not everyone keeps the right amount of distance. Did you end up convincing them of your view, or did you guys just kind of have a stalemate?
No, I just tried to force Cassie to feel bad about it for making me feel bad.
The proper response, gaslighting.
I think she still feels, like I was talking, shit about them, but I wasn't.
Well, you were talking shit about me directly to my face.
At
the end of the day,
we were talking about it a little bit. I was trying to clarify more on the popular NPC thing, and we come to the conclusion that it's more supportive, like supportive dad vibes. That's kind of what we get, like that, like if a little kid was talking to their dad and they were just like saying some random shit, like, yeah, and then Steven told me that he couldn't touch my glib glop, so I was like telling him, no, Steven, you touched the glib glop last time, and you would just be like, oh yeah, damn, yeah, he can't do that, and then you just gotta you're listening, but like you're not fully involved in the whole You're just all like, see, now I'm messing up again.
Wow.
I can't explain.
Wait, no, because now I have a couple other questions and I need to follow up here. Are you saying that I'm not fully involved in conversations when I'm having them?
No, I just, I mean, like, I plead the fifth. I'm not going to try to explain this anymore. I think you're great. I think you have this, Yeah, I'm here. I go try to fucking explain it some more. No, we're just gonna call it there.
No, you're
Think
good.
what
I'm
you
just
think.
giving you shit. I know you mean well. I know you mean well. Just the phrasing that day was hilarious. I just thought it was funny. But I obviously anything that's said on here, it's just I don't take anything seriously. God, I want to share this news, but like I can't this week. It has to wait till next week. But like I can't. I know. It's like seems like it's something that should just be put out.
Has it been shared with the people that you want to share it with?
Yes. We'll move on to a different topic here. I don't know if you saw this, but Forbes did the top 10 or top 50 creators. Have you had a chance to look at the list or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm going to give you the list of the top 10. Tell me if there's any surprises here. Number 1, MrBeast. There should be not really any surprise there. That makes sense. Says he's earned $82 million this past year.
Isn't there like a jersey thing with him that you sent me?
Yes. Sponsors will purchase a patch, basically like an ad placement on one side of their jersey for an entire season. It's obviously a big deal. They're usually the biggest brands out there that have the biggest ad dollars. And it's never in history has a digital creator ever built an empire large enough to be able to do that. And MrBeast was the first ever because the Charlotte Hornets are now sponsored and have a jersey patch by Feastables from MrBeast. And it's an astounding feat. I have some like opinions on MrBeast. Like I think obviously no one can say that he's not the greatest YouTuber out there right now. Just if you're looking at pure numbers and just dominance over the space.
Yeah, he
like
feels
on his main channel.
he feels like classic PewDiePie, you know? Like he feels like he's like
Yeah.
that head YouTube guy.
Yeah, like absolutely. But he even PewDiePie, if you talk about the GOAT, and we've talked about this before, most people will still say PewDiePie is the greatest YouTuber of all time.
He's OG. I mean,
He's OG.
It's like saying that Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time. It's not true.
Right.
But he's like, you know, he's a very memorable name. It's just one of those like when you think of rap and stuff, you know, he's one of those names that definitely pop up. And when you talk about YouTube, 9 times out of 10, PewDiePie is one of the first names that just spawns in your head. And then now it's, you know, MrBeast is getting that light in the modern day.
Yeah, but he even took it to a level because PewDiePie, I'm sure he has like a minor team of people working for him, video editors or whatever, but the level at which MrBeast has built his production company is in a way that no one has ever seen before. And like, I don't necessarily watch MrBeast videos. Maybe occasionally I'll watch one if it gets like extra viral and people are talking about like a controversy that stems from it.
Because we're
then
not 12. Yeah.
Right. That's the thing is that you have, and we're going to talk about him later as well, but like Preston Plays, do you know who he is?
Nope.
He has like 20 million subscribers on his main channel, but he's been around forever. I remember watching him when he was just coming up with the Minecraft YouTubers like Bayesian Canadian, Jerome ASF. He used to play with them, but he's on the top either 10 or 15 on this list of earners. And I checked out his channel for the first time in years. And it literally, the thumbnails, everything was just basically exactly like MrBeast. And everyone talks about the MrBeastification of YouTube and how he changed the formatting and the style and how like you can't waste a second. You have to get their watch time up as far as you possibly can. So as soon as that first second of the video, you scream and say what you're doing and all these jump cuts to keep the viewers engaged. And while that does get a lot of views and obviously earns them a shit ton of money, I feel like it's kind of taking away from the like creativity aspect of YouTube because like I'm just going to like do an example for you here. Let me see. Every video starts like this.
Behind me is our one simple goal. Today my friends and I are facing 50 of our... This bulletproof truck is made entirely...
And that's just not how people talk in reality. Like, obviously, it's like, it's really like content made for like young children in a way. And it doesn't seem like that's not how they would talk if they're having like a business meeting or just a conversation with somebody. It's like they change their persona for their video. And like on one hand, I understand it, but it just doesn't breathe authenticity for me, and it ends up rubbing me the wrong way in a little bit. Like I was excited. I was like, maybe I'll watch a couple of his videos, and then just the way he talked, just like I'm off of it. Like I'm not watching it. But so there's like a lot of pros and cons with what MrBeast did to YouTube. He is an OG YouTuber, so like he's been around for a long time, but it's, you know, it's kind of a thing that bothers me a little bit.
it could. So there's two things with YouTube nowadays that bother me. One of those is the whole, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, get naked, fuck it, fine, whatever. It's not like I'm trying to have a I'm just kidding.
I was
like,
listening.
I don't fidget with myself all the time. But
Got warm.
yeah, the two things is one, the whole most YouTubers nowadays they either feel like they're for children, which I get it. I mean, it's YouTube, but I mean it's a place to, you know, make content based off, you know, mutual interest with other people, with your fan base, and being able to go on there and watch videos on topics that you find interesting and care about or entertaining. And I feel like that can be of any age group. It doesn't, but I get it. It's when I feel like people like MrBeast or that whatever fucking the guy's name you said was, where they're like appealing to kids. It's like then it just feels like they're only doing it for views and for money and to get it. It's just all like, okay, you're clearly just trying to play. Like I get it. It's also a business thing. Which goes into my second problem with YouTube, but it's also a business thing where, you know, you want to make money and be able to continue to do it. But when like it seems like your video is all about that, where it's not like you're trying to be more creative or do something that kind of grabs people's attention, you're like just doing stuff to like entertain a bunch of fucking little kids, and it's just like, which is nice. I think that should be content out there, but it just like most of these like people, it's just I can't help but feel like that's the whole reason they're doing it. I never watch a kid YouTuber and be all like, oh, they're just great with kids. They just love kids and they're so excited to, entertain kids. It's always just all like, no, you're a fucking,
like you're a poacher. Yeah. You're seeking for those views. You're
lazy. Hunting. You're a lazy creator. You're smart because, you still can make the content, and it takes a lot of work, and it's a whole thing to get into that character and all that. I get it. It's work. I mean, do your thing. I mean, I just personally, I'm like, it ruins it for me, or it makes me feel uneasy because I'm just like, you're just a fucking. I hate when I hate it. I just hate those people.
Yeah, same.
But it's also the fact that a lot of YouTubers nowadays, or creators, like people who are going from TikTok and all that fun jazz, a lot of them, like the ones that really get famous nowadays, just it feels more businessy. Like it's so weird. Like the brands, like MrBeast and his brands, Logan Paul and KSI with their Prime, or like every time I see like a TikToker go viral, or there's one that's getting famous or whatever, the next right after they're viral, it's just fucking commercial ad after ad, just doing shit. It's just like, oh, okay, so now you're just you're just an ad. You're just a way to fucking,
like it's
no. I don't really know a lot of YouTubers that just feel like they're just people making content and enjoying it. Like, and I feel like that sucks. Like, there's people like Cody Ko. I feel like he literally just hits record and just has a good time. Brittany Broski. I feel like she's just having a blast.
Wow. Those guys are the two that I was at the top of my head of people that are just like having a good time making content.
Yeah, they're just recording themselves and just having like them. I don't feel like, and then they also, Cody has his little thing, his music and his little things that he does, his little projects. But I mean, you still can have those. But whenever I watch his videos, if I click his videos today, like a most recent one, he literally just looks like he's having so much fun. And he talks just like I expect he would talk if I fucking walked up and had a conversation with him. Like, it's not some crazy, he's not doing anything that like makes me be all like, oh, like he's only doing this for the money. It just feels like he's just enjoying himself. And I feel like that's very rare on YouTube. And maybe it could just be the whole adult eyes looking at it. And we're just all like, the world sucks now. But
yeah, maybe. Yeah. But it's just like such an interesting dichotomy, because YouTube creators since the beginning of YouTube have always really strived to hit that mainstream level of celebrity, to hang out with the people in LA and to make it to that level. And there's just been this longing for approval from that group of people. And I never understood that, because to me, with the younger generation, the top 10 list of these people, the YouTube creators, they're more powerful. They have more influence than these mainstream celebrities. Like, there is more like mystery and like wondering about those celebrities, like Leo. Like, we don't hear from him really ever until he just pops up in a new movie or whatever young model he's hanging out with in that month. But there's like, I don't know.
At first when you said Leo, I was so fucking confused. I was like, who the fuck is Leo? But I get it now. Once you said the young thing, when you said the young thing, I was just like, oh yeah, I know what Leo you're talking about. All right,
yeah, that'll do it. But I don't know, especially nowadays, it's like we don't need to. Like, I understand we got to a level There's a reason why we got to where we are now with these creators, and there's a path towards that. But there's been like the Casey Neistat era of YouTube, those types of people who made videos that were like so unique and different and just came from a perspective of a single creator just wanting to put something out that meant something to them, and it became this like commercialized thing, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah, here at Lazy Thinker, we're about art and creativity. Yeah, we're different. We're not like your other podcasters. We're not like your other content creators.
yeah,
We're like regular people. We're like poor people.
we're just like you. there's like at least we talk normal. Like how we talk in this show is exactly how we talk to people outside of the show.
Which is a problem for me. I need to find a different persona for for the internet, because I hate when I open my mouth so much.
Nah, you're made for the internet. Okay, we've talked about this top 10 list of Forbes for like 10-15 minutes now, and we've gotten to number 2 now. That is who we are. So number 2 on the list is KSI. Not really too much shock there. He's up there. He earned 24 million. Then number 3, Jake Paul. Number 4, Rhett and Link, which was interesting. Apparently, I looked into this a little bit because, like, obviously, Good Mythical Morning is still a popular show. Like, they still pull like 1 million views a video, but it seems like if you ask most people about Rhett and Link, it seems like they're past their prime. Like they kind of forgot about them, but they're out here making content and they have like a whole production company.
My thing with them is so I can get why kids would be entertained by it. And the reason I watch the Good Mythical Morning stuff is because what's really popping, what is a good way, which like not React. Well, yeah, I think like a branch of the React channel does is food, wacky food, cool food, delicious food. Putting food in your shit just works. Because I was watching them literally yesterday. They seem like great guys. They seem like just classic older guys, but they're so corny. To me, they're not my sense of humor. I don't find them very funny, but I love watching them have the wacky foods, trying them, and just looking at the foods. And it's just, I feel like that's just like a sweet little spot to hit. Corny for the kids, food for the fat fucks. You know, it's just you're just a win-win.
Yeah, because they own Good Mythical Kitchen. Like that's like a whole thing that's owned by Mythical. They also own Smosh. They bought Smosh. Like it's like a 20 million subscriber channel. Oh, they did?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing because the original Smosh guy came back and Rhett and Link sold Smosh back to him. It was like a big thing. It was like a month ago.
Oh, okay. I missed that because like on this on Forbes it mentioned that they had bought Smosh, but they didn't mention that they sold it back. That's interesting because I was wondering that because I looked up the Smosh YouTube channel and I saw Anthony there. And I was like, I thought you were gone, bro. But anyways,
one thing I know you would have asked later, but we do the whole "who are we watching lately" type bit on here.
Yeah.
The food reminded me. I'm watching the people that do the Try Not to Eats. I recommend watching them. They're so fun because they'll do like shows or movies like Try Not to Eat from Family Guy, and it'll be like the most delicious little foods you've always wanted to try from cartoons and animated movies, and then they'll make it. That's a good concept. And it's so fun because, like I said, wacky, delicious foods are just so fun to watch because you just sit there and just imagine yourself eating it. I just love it. I love food so much. I mean, obviously,
I'm gonna check it out. Actually, that's actually a really cool concept for videos. Number 5, Charlie D'Amelio. We could have expected this.
Oh, she looks like she's having fun from what I see, but she's on like a reality show. She does hella commercials and ads. She's in fucking music videos with her. She's like, I don't know. She's just a little girl that is just famous now. And you know, we'll see what she does with all that. Well, she's doing good. She's dragging it for someone who was just doing dances. She's doing great. Good for her.
Yeah. Addison Rae is on this list as well in the top 50. So is Dixie D'Amelio's in the top 50 as well of highest earners. They're doing something, but it's like it's crazy where they started as actual children on a dancing app.
Just dancing. People were all like, "Wow, they're so pretty," and now they're famous. It's cool. I mean, they're great. She's a great dancer. Dixie's music things doing great. I think she's she has potential to maybe be something And then Addison Rae, I don't even know what the fuck she's doing. I think she was in a shitty movie, like Disney Channel type movie, and then that's all I've heard of her, but I don't know.
Number 6, Logan Paul. So another year where the Paul brothers are in the top 10. It's interesting.
The Blonde Boys.
Number 7, Elliot Tebble, who's the creator of Fuck Jerry. Like Fuck Jerry, Jerry News, Beige Cardigan, those like original meme pages. He was in the top 10. He also is the creator of What Do You Meme, that really popular game that blew up in the last few years.
Okay.
But like a lot of the stories that I've talked about on the show were from Jerry News on Instagram, and I don't know if this was the creator of it, but pretty fascinating. Number 8, Emma Chamberlain.
Love her.
OG creator. Yeah, love her. I haven't watched much of her content lately.
I remember when she was first, at least most people first saw her, a little classic David Dobrik vlog. That was the first time I ever experienced her existence. I was at like some party or whatever, and then next thing I know, she was like very famous and very known, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, pop off, queen." She's good. Love her personality.
Yeah, I used to watch her vlogs back in the day, and even as a guy, like she was making content really for girls, but just her creativity and her level of like she was just like a creator at heart, and that's how she
even for like a woman who usually isn't so creative or hardworking. She I found her videos interesting, which I usually hate women videos because they're just so boring. No,
we hate women, but she even for a woman.
For a woman, she's okay. She's all right.
Great content.
For a woman.
Definitely going to have to cut that out. Number 9, Matt Rife. You know who he is?
The name sounds familiar. Give me an example of something.
He's a comedian, but he popped up.
Oh, yeah, he's great. He's sexy. Yeah. He's funny.
Yeah. Blew up. I didn't know about him the year before, and he somehow ended up in the top 10 list on Forbes, which is crazy to me. It says he earned $25 million. He's a stand-up comedian using social media to sell out live shows. After a decade of performing at small clubs, TikTok blew him up, and now he has 17 million TikTok followers. It's crazy. And number 10 is Brent Rivera. I actually don't know who that is. He sounds familiar, but
he's a cringe. He's just one of those kid YouTubers that we were talking about, and he sucks. He's I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough right there.
Yeah, that's not. I feel like that just wouldn't be as satisfying if you're like a famous YouTuber, but like you make kid content, which, like I said before, it's good. We still need kids are the ones that need to be entertained the most, I guess. But it's just like it feels cheap. It's just like
it does. It absolutely does, because like for me, like obviously like this is not a big channel and everything. And I'm trying to. People say you always get lost in the views or whatever, and I forget who it was that said this, but they said that before they press publish, they've already like. The art, like what they're already happy with themselves for making it before they press publish, and whatever happens after the fact happens. But some people make the content specifically to feel that feeling of those views, and it kind of shows in the type of content that it is.
Don't get me wrong. I post a little TikTok and it starts getting a bunch of likes.
Sure.
I'm like, oh yeah, that makes that tickles me right in the taint. But
no, for sure. It's a slippery slope though.
I know. I just feel like it would get old. Like it's just I feel like after just doing it just for that, just like, oh, how can I make something that a bunch of people would see and like? It's just like like with TikTok, I like to make like when my videos, the ones that I just make, that's just my voice or it's just my own little thing, and those blow up. It's so much more satisfying. It's so much when it's something I made and I thought was funny and I enjoyed.
Right.
But when I'm making when I'm making a TikTok to like a sound and it's a joke that's probably been made a million times and it gets a bunch of likes, it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's cool that it's getting liked, but it's just like, it wasn't really that, I would get so pissed at joke where I would just like post just to post. And I was like, oh, this will be a quick joke. I can just post this, maybe this should probably get decent likes. And it was like the dumbest, like most I get so angry when I'm like, that is the most basic fucking joke that any middle schooler could have made. And y'all are just loving it. And it just makes me so sad because it's just like, that's not, there's fun. It's just more fun when you get to be more creative and it's something, that you work hard and you're actually, passionate about, or you're like, you thought like you just put actual effort into thinking of it and you feel unique, or you feel like it's an original idea or like something new. And it's just so much better than just, all right, guys, so today we're playing hide and seek in the Walmart. And it's just like,
okay. Like the way that I've always thought about it, and the way that is the reason why I've always just filmed a bunch of videos since I was a kid, but it was like the idea of like, especially whenever I made this channel specifically, is this something that I would be proud to show my kid in the future? Like, is this something that could actually like be like, oh, this is what your grandfather did whenever
And
he
we're not
was
talking
like
show
20,
our
18,
little
17.
kid. I want to be able to like. So obviously, we can make something that's just all like, hey, you know, here's a little, and then they're just all like, ha, this is so funny. But I want to be able to show my my teenage child, and then be like, wow, Dad, this is actually kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I try to be proud of it, but like by the time we click publish, it's something I'm trying to get in the mindset of. But like obviously, it's like we haven't gotten that many views on here, but like the feeling of whenever that episode hit like 800 or 900 views or whatever it was, and we started getting likes and comments, it was like just a little bit of like a ooh,
I don't like
it's an exciting feeling.
comments.
It's such a slippery
I hate
slope.
comments. They make me feel not good. So not good. I hate comments so much. I'm too insecure for comments. They'll say something and I'm just all like, yeah, you're right. I'm such a dumb idiot. And I'm just I get so sad. I hate when they're like, bro looks like, and they drop one of the weirdest looking people, and I'm just all like, don't. Please stop. I don't.
People just do that though, just to get a reaction though, and that's what I have to keep reminding ourselves. Is it's like they're just doing that just to fuck with you, just to say some shit.
But
it's definitely
though.
like
I don't want it to.
It does. Like that Trump episode did not hit the intended audience. So we got some shit for that one, but it was like it is what it is. And then just before we get out of here, a couple honorable mentions. We got Markiplier, Jacksepticeye in the top 20, Preston Plays as well in the top 20. Addison Rae, number 23. Josh Richards, the co-host of the BFFs podcast, number 25. Tyler Blevins, Ninja, number 31. Did not know he'd be on this list. Thought he was gone. Well, I haven't followed him at all. Says he made $10 million. Marquez Brownlee from MKBHD, number 32. Bella Porch, another TikToker, number 34. Kai Cenat, the number one streamer in the world, number 44.
Yeah, I really thought these people would be a lot higher up. That's weird.
Me too. And Olivia Dunn, 48.
A weird number to stop at, 48.
Oh, and then Dylan Mulvaney was number 50.
Where was 49?
I don't know. I just took screenshots of names I recognized.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I looked up Dylan Mulvaney just to make sure she's okay after all of that controversy. Still getting, she's still active out here doing some shit. So good for her. Really disappointing situation. Like we don't have to get into it. Obviously, it's a dead horse now. But the fact that controversy happened.
Not to beat off a dead horse. Sorry. Keep going.
So she got so much shit from conservatives, like the Bud Light consumers, and then also did not get support from Bud Light or the ad campaign from that. So she just got hit from both sides. Like Bud Light left her to just fucking die out in the cold while everyone was beating up on her. And there was really nothing positive that came from that. And like those cans weren't even like mass produced. It was like a special ad campain where it was just her on a can, and it was like people got so upset about it. It's just pretty funny.
I think she was aware. I don't think she was naive. She knew what was gonna be a response to it. I think she was prepared, but she's just more like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
I just don't think anyone. You think she expected that much heat though? Because it became like a national.
Well, I don't think like she thought it was gonna blow up that much, but like she definitely expected a lot of pushback on it, especially because the people who be drinking cold beer aren't necessarily the most open type. Right. So
yeah, it was like I forgot what company surpassed Bud Light, but Bud Light was the number one most consumed beer in America, and now they're not. Like they're number 2 or 3 now, just because it hit the bottom line hard.
I really thought that but I guess I'm only going off of what my dad drinks. I'm just like it's just like my people are irrelevant if I don't hear about them. But like I feel like Bud Light, like my dad stopped drinking Bud Light like fucking 85 years ago, and I was just like, I thought Bud Light was just like, because I never, even at parties or anything, like I've never seen someone like crack open a Bud Light. Bud Light just never really popped up, and then this stuff happened with her, and it started. I was like, oh, Bud Light is still around. Apparently, people were drinking it, and now they're mad. Now they can't drink it.
The only famous person I knew that drank it was Post Malone. The only one that I knew that was like younger. You know what I mean? But he still drank it after the fact. Good for him. Proud of him.
Bud Light feels like the Coca-Cola of beers. Like it's just like that aesthetic, I guess. I don't know. It just feels like I was like, oh look, I'm having a Bud Light. I don't know.
Just
I don't
like
drink
a fratty
beer.
fucking like douchebag beer, honestly.
I hate beer so much, and it's absolutely disgusting. I'm trying to get into it though. I'm slowly. Like I said, I had a shitty mixed drink that I just like powered through, and I was just like, I feel like I could do this with a beer because I do like a beer buzz. A beer buzz is
Me too. I had a beer the other day, and it was like nice. I don't know what's changing.
So I need to try to grow up a little bit and have a couple brewskis.
No, I feel that, but this went on for a minute because this recording itself is 40 minutes, and then the other one was 20 minutes. So this feels good. I'm happy that we got back in here. The mic is actually recording this time, so it's nice. Next week, do you want to try to do it in person?
Yeah. We'll try to do it in person.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, well, everyone, thank you for listening and watching the episode. Obviously, if you're listening on Spotify, come check out the YouTube channel and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. We always post clips on there, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.